Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Great chatting with you this morning. I'll be left for a little bit. So if I get interrupted, this could be a two-parter. So I might just do this one and then load it and finish the time in a separate one, if that makes sense. I know I get confusing. Sorry about that. You gotta see what goes on in his head. So he is, I just, hang on. I just like to remind you that this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. So might have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. He's kissing me all over my head, just all over my head. Don't know if he did this to you, but he is going to, or has. I don't know if he did this to you in real life, if he's done this to you since he left, which he said he has, and he's going to keep doing this until he gets your attention, until you know what that feeling is. That it's they're also quick. They're like little henpecks on my head. So I don't know. Don't know how you'll feel the energy. Everybody feels it different. So it's hard for me to say how somebody else is going to feel it, and they make me itch too. But it's just like it could feel like a little peck, 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 peck on your head, or you could just feel your hair move. I don't know what your hair looks like. You could just feel your hair move, 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 because I can feel if a fly lands on this stuff, I can feel it. It could be that slight. They've actually, like, I felt like I got stuck with a pin 3 times, and I said, "Hey, that's not nice. Who is that?" And the next one stuck on my tattoo. I have B.O.B. Bob tattooed on my ankle, and the next pinprick was right on that. So that let me know who it was. So they can get that strong. If it hurts, tell them it hurts. Sometimes they don't realize it hurts. But more than likely, this will be very soft. Anyway. He says, "I love you. You were a barrel of fun." Barrel of fun. We had tons and tons of laughs. We had tons of fun. Okay, he's shown me going and sitting on your couch and crossing his legs, kind of kicking back. But when he does it, I don't know if I can describe this, like in front of him, it's not like tall, but it's like a whoosh of air. It's like a little cloud. So I can see this little cloud as he sits down, and it's not like he's making the cloud, but it's like this cloud is this white, hazy, skinny kind of, at least that's the way he's showing it to me. May not be the way you see it. So know that if you see a white wisp, most of the time you'll see it in your peripheral vision. They do it to me. Usually it's a darker, more of a shadow. Even though it's them and people talk about shadow figures and they're bad, it's not that. But it's usually like a darker thing that I'll see walk by and I go, "Oop, who is that?" When you turn around and look at it, it's not there. So you think it's your imagination, but it's not. It's really not. I don't know why it appears, and I call this peripheral vision too, because if I'm looking down, sometimes I'll see one walk, and I'll see it up here in this peripheral vision type, whatever you call it. So, but this is a white wisp, like a wisp of smoke, but it's when he sits down, it's not where he's sitting, it's moving in front of him. So I don't know what the significance of that is. Maybe when you're sitting on the couch like he is, you might see it like when you got your head down or something, or to the side. Anyway. Okay, he had asked, and they've been doing this a lot lately. He'd asked me to pull a card, This is from him to you, and it's a release card. It's what you need to let go of. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you are afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. This is what he wants you to surrender your fear of change. Because things have changed. Everything's changed. But don't be afraid of it. He doesn't want you to be afraid of it. He's saying, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I know you miss me, but this is still going to be a good thing. And he's not talking about him leaving. He's talking about just the general change in the direction of your life. He says there's things that are going to happen that would not have happened if he was still here. And it's kind of like, I was talking to somebody recently, and they had split apart. It was a man and woman. They split apart when they were younger and came back together when they were much older. Why did they have to do that? Because the things that they needed to experience wouldn't have happened if they had stayed together. Then they ended up coming back together. I hope that made sense. So there are things that you need to experience. It's time for you to experience them. He said it's going to be a good thing. Eventually. He said you're not ready to see it yet. So whatever these good experiences are, they will wait until you're ready to have them presented to you. I feel like I need to keep saying, does that make sense? I seem to be confusing a lot of people lately. He wants you to, I don't want to put this, help me. Like when you guys were together and you were all bouncy and bubbly and like to dance and all that high vibration stuff. He says that's the part you need to concentrate on. You need to bring that high vibration back. I know you're sad I'm gone. I know it hurts. I can see you. I can hear you. I know what's going on. But you need to try to start stepping up to that type of vibration, the way that you felt, that type of, he said love. I'm not sure love would, I can't, I'm second guessing him. I shouldn't do that. You need to get to that point. Know that he's going to be there sharing it with you. He says something about getting in your car and driving. Now, I know you said you're in the middle of that horrible Texas storm down there and you guys are without power and water and stuff. And I wouldn't drive anywhere if I didn't have to. So I don't know for sure what he's talking about. I don't know if this is something you're thinking about, and he's validating that. And then he's going like this. So I thought he was saying you need to do that. I think what he's talking about is you're thinking about doing that, and he's going like you were just going to get in your car and drive. He mentions groceries, so maybe you were thinking about trying to go find some groceries, go to the store. The whole country is praying for you guys in Texas. That came from me. And I know Texas isn't the only one. I never lost my power, but they had blackouts all around me. And I'm very lucky, very fortunate. I'm conserving what I can. Anyway, so I'm not sure where he's going with getting in the car and driving. But he did say groceries, so maybe you need to go to the store. Like I said, maybe he's validating that. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside that box. He says you're a beautiful person. You are very lighthearted. You are very bouncy. Your vibration is very high. Maybe not right now, but your vibration is usually very high. Do you use acupuncture or go to acupuncture and I was just listening to somebody on a video talking about acupuncture. I haven't done it for quite a while. Love it. I don't really have anybody around here that I can afford right now. But he's saying something to you about acupuncture. Have you thought about learning how to do it? I would love to learn how to do it. Have you thought about learning how to do it? He's talking about the meridians. It's almost like you have an insight on doing, or maybe it's just, could be just energy medicine, but he's showing me the needle. That little skinny needle looks scary when it's sticking out of you. He's laughing because I was thinking of a memory. There was a spot here and she stuck it in me and she said, this is the don't get pissed off at your husband spot. Something, she called it something like that, and it kept falling out. It wouldn't stay in there. And then, well, he's shit out of luck. So I don't know. He's saying Chinese medicine. And I don't know what else there is in Chinese medicine besides acupuncture. I tried to do some of the Eastern type medicine. I get Reiki at least once a month from a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Reiki master. So I don't know if that might be part of it. Because he said, he was showing me the acupuncture, then the Eastern. Anyway, might be something you want to go to school for. Maybe you have learned it and you're not using it. Or maybe you need to go get it. I'm not sure where he's going with that. He says you're beautiful. He's talking about physically. You need to go comb your hair, wash your face, and start feeling beautiful again. He wants you to feel the beautiful in you, the beautiful on you. And he's talking about physical. A lot of times he's talking about both, inside, the beautiful inside, and your physical beauty. And right now he's talking more about the physical beauty. He says it will perk you up. He says this too shall pass. He's not talking about the beauty. He's talking about what's going on in your area. This is not it's not a forever thing. This too shall pass. It will change. Surrender your fear of change. This too will change. It's only there for a few days. This deep pain, the pain that you're in at this moment, is only here for a short time. Then you'll learn how to live with it. Does it ever go away? For some of us, no. It doesn't, but we learn how to live with it. We learn how to work with it. I learned a different relationship with mine now. You can have a different relationship with him, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm going to try to be more clear with people. I've had 2 or 3 people. It's not just you. I'm not making fun of you. Please don't think that. I've had 2 or 3 people lately that have gotten confused. And I'm going, okay, I'm not explaining myself well enough. Sorry. So he said, everything changes. But I'm still hanging around. Make sure that you to ask him to bring you signs. Give him permission. Then you have to be willing to accept the signs that come through. Ask him if you want him around the house. Give him permission. Tell him, you're welcome in my home. I want you here. And he's saying to physically go to the front door, open the door, and to ask him to come in. Now, I've never seen him need that much of a validation or whatever, but when nobody's around, go to the front door, open it, and say, get your ass in here. You're welcome. I want you here. He's happier than shit. He's not happy that he's not with you. He says he's happier than shit. He's light and bright and bouncing and just his vibration is very high. And he says part of that is because of you, because his vibration was high when he left. And I don't know if I told you in the other readings, probably did, how they strip you like an onion and they take all that anger, they strip it off, and the resentments and all the heavy energies that we acquire here on earth, so that our soul is light and bright and our vibration goes up so we can get to where we need to go. So he said he was steps ahead of some people because he already had that high vibration from being around you, because you are a high vibration person. And you will be again, he said. You can have your cake and eat it too. Not sure what subject he's talking about saying this about. You can have your cake and eat it too. I am eternally grateful that we came together. He's talking about past lives. I don't know if you believe in past lives. You can tell me more. You've been in past lives together. You're not done. You will be in another life together. He says 2. Well, maybe 3. And that can be your decision too. Like I said, I don't know what you know about past lives, but you can get up there and decide, I don't want to go back down to that shithole again. But we're here to learn. This is our school. We're here to learn lessons. So you guys, that's why your connection is so strong. You've been in lives together before. Sometimes you come into a life and you're the wife, you're the wife and he's the husband, or sometimes you're the husband and he's the wife, and sometimes you're the sister and he's the brother, and sometimes you're the brother and he's the sister. Genders don't matter when it comes to swapping lives. That kind of creeped me out the first time I heard that. So you guys have played different roles together, ROLES. So you're learning from each other. So it's not uncommon for you guys to pop in, learn something from each other, pop out, and then, okay, well, I learned that, pop in, and next time, or maybe the life before, he's not saying, where you left early and he had to deal with what you're dealing with now. This time it was your turn to have that experience and learn by him leaving early. To me, I think it kind of sucks, but I don't have any say-so over it. But it truly does work that way. I've been through past life regressions more than once. He's talking about flowers. I don't think you got any flowers growing right now in Texas in this snowstorm. I don't know if you have a bouquet of flowers. Has to be a little more clear. Flowers, flowers. Was it yesterday that was his birthday? Did you put a flower by his picture, or there is a flower by his picture, or something about flowers? And he's holding flowers. So you've taken flowers to him before. He's honestly not coming through clear enough to tell me. Sometimes I just throw words out. He says, "What would it take to get you to cook that again?" And he's showing you the stove, and you're stirring something in a pot. And he's standing there right beside you, and he's sticking his head over the pot, and he's smelling it. Don't know if he's validating that he's done this, that there's something special in that pot that he really, really loved, or if he's going to be doing it. He says he will. He will be doing this every time you cook that certain thing, something that he really, really liked. He's not showing you frying it. He's not showing you baking it. He's showing it in a pot on the stove. Doesn't have to be that way. Could be that just something you cooked. I know that sounds a little big. And as I said that, my left ear, I got the high-pitched shriek. Like, kind of made me, it's making me cringe. You'll get that in one ear. I have tinnitus. My ears ring all the time. But when you get the high-pitched, the higher the pitch, at least it works for me this way, the higher the pitch, the higher the vibration is trying to get a hold of me, like get my attention, like Archangel. His pitch will be kind of high, but it shouldn't be extremely high because that's usually saved for, at least it is when they talk to me. And it's still ringing louder, but not as high pitched. So it's more of a dull roar, well, which I have all the time. Again, you got to see what's going on inside of my head. So know when you get that high pitched shriek in one ear, I'm not even sure that that's him doing that. If it gets too high, then you've got somebody else trying to get your attention. One of your guides, your angels. So when you get that, tell them your vibration's too high. I can't understand what you're saying. Why are you trying to get my attention? What are you doing? What do you want? What do I need to know? What do I need to pay attention to? And you might, when you get it, like immediately pay attention to what's going on around you. Is there something on the TV? Now they're talking about trying to keep the Pledge of Allegiance alive. Dumb. Is there something immediately on the TV or the radio or Facebook or today's birthday roundup? ALEXA says today's birthday roundup. There you go. His birthday. Like it disappears too fast to take a picture of, or I would have shown you. There's the validation. It really works that way. I knew there would be something around me that would validate why that's happening. So when you get it, and you will, just look around at every little thing. Sometimes your eyes will be drawn to a word, or you'll be walking through the store and you might immediately just stop if you get that and look around on the shelves. What's there? Is there something with his name on it? Which would be unusual. Or one of his favorite foods there, or just something that totally you just know. You'll know. You have enough knowing to know that it's from him. Anyway, or there could be a picture of an angel there, and that'll mean that that was one of your angels trying to get a hold of you. The word guide could be on a book or something as you turn your head. Just pay attention to that. They're making a big deal out of it. He says, I do love you. I do. He started to say, I do miss you, but he stopped and he goes, but I'm there. You just don't have my physical body to touch. I'm there. He's walking around the kitchen, your kitchen. Opens the refrigerator, and it's like he rattles. I don't know if there's some bottles or something in the fridge, something that would rattle. I hear a rattle, kind of like two glass bottles hitting. Could be two plastic bottles, but. And then some kind of crinkling, like if you have some aluminum foil in there or some wrap or something. Some kind of, go open your fridge, look and see what kind of noise could be made by something touching together or crinkling. Then you'll know what noise to listen for. And I'm in my dining room. This is my office. Why I can't do readings when he's home with the TV blaring. I seriously need to make an office in one of my rooms. Anyway, and I can't see my refrigerator, but every so often I hear it shut. And I'm going, there's nobody but here except me and the dogs and the cat. And I'll hear it shut. I don't know who it is. So you might listen for that door too. But anytime you get a sign from him, any of those things that I've mentioned, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Give him permission. It's your free will choice. Go, no, I don't want any more signs from you, which I know that's not what you want. So, but it is your choice. So you need to let him know it's okay. He knows it's okay, but I don't know. It just seems to make a difference. Something about the color green. Green. Something about the color green. Are you wearing green right now? Are you getting ready to put a green shirt on? You're sitting in a green chair. And right as you're watching this, something about the color green. Looking across the room, my walls are light green. Okay, he says, give that baby a home. He's not talking about a human baby. He's talking about some kind of a pet. And you've been thinking about getting a dog or a cat or a bird or a... He says, give that baby a home. So whatever it is, it will be, he thinks it would be a good companion for you. And they also like animals and small children. See them, hear them. No problem. So maybe he wants to communicate with this animal. Don't run out and get an animal if you don't want one just because of that. That's not good. Don't forget how beautiful you are. You are gorgeous. Go fix yourself so you feel gorgeous, so you feel it, so you actually honestly feel it. That's what he's saying. He wants you to feel it again. He says your hair is beautiful. Okay, I'll keep going for a minute. Just in case I get interrupted, I just want to say thank you for being so understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for asking and allowing me to explain. Um, it, it means a lot to me. So, yeah, I don't want to say too much more on here, but I do appreciate you understanding. I'm getting hotter than hell. I don't have hot flashes. I'm way past that. I didn't get them when I was supposed to. My body is getting hotter than hell. That's probably how you're going to feel his energy sometimes. My arms are feeling hot and full. I mean, my whole body is just almost burning up, just all of a sudden. And I wouldn't even call it a hot flash. I don't know what hot flashes feel like, but I am burning up. I want to take my sweater off. I'm going to go step outside on the deck. I'm so hot. And well, it's actually 24 degrees now. Woohoo. Um, I love you. Don't forget that. Ooh, if I break out in the sweat, look out. Okay, he's coming up behind my head. This is the right side. Doesn't matter. It may be exact. It may not. And he's going on my hair. Like, things like hair are easy for him to manipulate, move. Ah, I didn't have time to get cleaned up. I wanted to hurry up and do this, like I promised you. Well, I had the chance, so I didn't get time to look very pretty. So that little poof, usually it'll just be real slight, but it won't be like a whole wind coming and hitting the back of your head. It'll just be one little spot. Validating, let him know that you know that's him, that you know it is him, that you know it's him. Oh my goodness. He just keeps messing with my hair. I don't know if he likes the new colors I put in there. He's kind of going like this with his fingers, kind of like just roughing on it. Oh, now I itch. So he's going to be messing. He's messing with you. You just don't realize that it's him. So you'll get more of it. And once they realize that you know that that's them, that you're getting the signs, it kind of opens a floodgate and they go, oh, now look, guess what? Oh, wait to see what I do next. Now she's getting it. Now she knows some of these things are actually from me. Okay. Yeah, he says he's leaving. He says the more you start to get the signs, the more you start to understand, the more you're going to wake up that he's right there. Don't worry about calling on him. They can go anywhere they want. You're not keeping him from anything important. There is no time. There is no linear calendar clocks. There's no time up there. He says, be safe. Something about a cake. Did you have a cake for him for his birthday, or even a cupcake, or thought about making a cake? Be safe, stay warm, keep bundled up. I love you. It's getting very soft and sincere, serious. I mean, made me want to look at the TV, and I usually don't have it on when I do readings. It's usually silent. I don't see anything on there that would pertain to him that I can tell. But it keeps making me want to look at it. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for understanding. Be safe down there. Stay warm somehow. Be careful. I know people are turning their cars on trying to stay warm, and they're dying in their cars from the fumes. At least crack a window. So be careful. Keep in touch. Let me know how it's going down there. I worry about everybody down in that area that's not used to this stuff like good old Kansas is. We're doing pretty good. Okay, he just gave me a peck on the cheek, so watch for that. Feel that. Just it could feel like a tickling, it could feel like a pin sticking you, it could feel like it probably won't feel like actual lips. We don't have lips anymore, but it'll feel like just something in one little spot. Could feel like a goosebump, like a bug, like a creepy crawler that you can't brush off. He's giving you plenty of signs. You're just, these kind of signs are so much easier for them to do because it's easier for them to do these than, say, move an elephant in front of you or move a boulder. It's usually not going to be that obvious because this doesn't take a lot of their energy, and it's easy for them to manipulate things like that and let you know that they're there. Now my ear's tickling. That could be him making my energy. Usually it's not my ear that tickles, so you could watch for that one, but they make me itch too. So that one's not 100%. Anyway, much love to you. Be safe, be warm. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later. Be careful.